Cool. Hi there, and welcome to an action-packed Week 7 episode with new teams, trades, team of the week, also Rousay update, and Craig, of course, joining me again. How's it going?
Good evening, Johnny.
So yes, it's going to be a busy one, and obviously you're in a hurry, so we'll get through as quick as we can. So
We're
yesterday,
halfway through the season, halfway, Johnny, halfway there.
Halfway
We're Bon
through,
Jovi in it.
And we've got our very first team change and logo change of the season.
Oof.
So
the Glenrothes Ravens has changed to the Glenrothes
Nazguls. So Martin's changed it in Brit Towers and asked me if he wanted to change it here too, and he said yes. So I made him up a little logo. So I told him you can change it as long as you change the team name too. Actually, out of 96 teams, there's only one team that hasn't changed it, and I'm sorry I was giving up. But I'll pester them again, because it'd be nice to get all 96, but 95 out of 96 isn't bad. Even you managed to change it.
What have you got? 95 out of 96? What?
Team names have actually got their names on their.
On their badge.
Yes.
But
never mind. But it's still a good start anyway. So there you go, Martin. You can change your team now. So we'll step on to team of the week.
So Portland Lumberjacks. The Travis Kelce move is paying off in dividends, isn't it?
Big style, and obviously Deontay Foreman getting a nice 38 points as well, being on the running back. So it's
always a good help. It's I mean, the problem you've got there is Deontay Foreman's not going to be scoring 38 points often. Rashard Johnson will be back from concussion sooner rather than later, you would think, and Herbert will be back too. So but great scoring. Hill showing up again, 30 points. Allen 33. Jones back from injury, maybe not doing great, but not doing awful.
Yeah, well, he had Downs on the bench and he had Kincaid on the bench as well. So
he did.
Kincaid might get more targets actually, because I'm pretty sure Knox is injured.
And to think what he gave up there, in the trade, he gave up four players that are startable. So to still have all of those players sitting there on the bench is quite
pretty
tasty.
Impressive. Yes. So he's obviously winning the trade so far.
Absolutely. Well, when you're getting team of the week, and we'll see when we get onto the division, they're flying now, the Portland Lumberjacks.
Big still. So obviously next we'll go on to the trade news. Only one this week, but it was the Aberdeen Bucks receiving Zay Flowers and the Kyle Pitts and giving away Justin Jefferson to join the Newcastle Buccaneers.
Ooh, that's that's big, I mean, Kyle Pitts has started to show up now, but giving away JJ.
I know. Well, I think it's when this trade was done, they were both sitting 4-2.
Yeah,
they're obviously pushing for
going for playoffs, going for the top three, going for the top division and that. But I mean, he's going to be back after the 4 weeks, JJ, isn't he? It's not going to be like half the season or anything.
Well, you would thought so now with the fact that they beat the 49ers, but if they'd lost 4 weeks in a row, there was always a possibility that might just not bring them back.
Yeah, maybe.
But playing that well on Monday night, I think, obviously now they can see that the games they've got in the next 6 games, I think they're all winnable.
Oh, very much so, yeah.
In Minnesota fashion, they're all losable as well.
Well, of course.
But they've got a good chance to go, would that be 9-4, 9-3, 9-4? So, they've got a good chance.
I mean, it's one of those ones, right? See, for me, this trade here, the Aberdeen Bucks will win this trade if Jefferson doesn't come back till week 10 or 11, and it's a playoff move. If he's back after just 4 weeks, if he's back in 2 weeks' time, then it's the Newcastle Buccaneers are winning this one all day long because, he's the number one receiver in the game. He's a points machine in fantasy. Even when he doesn't score, he gets, he's always over 100 yards. He's
gets the targets, yeah.
So, I mean, Kyle Pitts is a good pickup, and Zay Flowers will get better and better as the season goes on, and I like him a lot.
But he's still got to deal with Andrews.
That's a big move. Brave move.
It's a good trade though. I have to give them that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you see plus sides are both. It's not as one-sided. You first look at it and go, "Oh wow."
Yeah. No, I mean I don't think it's
good,
no, I don't. I can see what Stevie's trying here. Stevie 31's trying. It's one of those ones where he's in the camp of Jefferson. We're not really going to see much of the rest of this season, you know, and I'll pick up those two. Yeah, why not?
Yeah. So it's a nice trade. So
be interesting to see.
We'll see how it pans out, and we'll see how they got on this week with with two new players and one not player.
But yeah.
So we'll go on to the Magnus division, my division.
Yeah.
Hey,
so
and I won.
Who's the top scorer in this division this week, Johnny?
Oh, I don't know. That could be me.
Oh, is that you? Is that you?
Yes. I know. I was a bit completely shocked there too, to be honest. But
it's one of those ones. Great scoring. Absolutely great scoring. 250 points. Beating the EK Colts and getting yourself up to 5-2. But the big news in your division, John, the big news out with you getting the top score and getting yourself to 5-2. The big news is Stoke-on-Bengals lost.
We lost 1 over 6 in those. We'll have to wait and see how the other one gets on, but we're down 1. So
Leeds Lasso's beating them. But let's go through your one first. Let's have a wee look and see what you've done. So Cousins, yeah, you must have been. I mean, the game was over before Cousins came out, wasn't it? So it didn't overly matter in the end. But yeah, you'll be
still at
that,
yeah. It was a nice one by Cousins. It was a good game by Barkley. Hunt did glad about hunting. AJ Brown is just a monster at the moment. I had Addison as well, so he had a big game.
Yeah,
I think the only person that really let me down was Robinson with 3 points.
Yeah, he really was the only one. He got that catch early doors as well. I was because I had him in a few. He got that catch early doors. I thought he was going to kick on and do well.
And of course, it did help having a look on Thursday night.
Yeah, a look on that. That's massive. I mean, that's a 30-point swing there in that between him and White, and then you won the other defensive spot as well. I mean, there's the game right there, you know.
I know. Well, Anzalone was only really picked up to cover for Mosley being out, so obviously Mosley's back on.
Johnny boy, I'll be a wee bit gutted. Deshaun Watson, all these Watson owners are crying in their teeth at the moment.
Although in fairness, if he kept on playing, he probably would have scored more than -0.5 points because he was bloody awful.
Oh, he was terrible.
Before he went off, he nearly threw that other pick straight at the player and not anywhere near his own player. So.
He's just not a player anymore. But if you take the quarterback in defence has won you that one there, Johnny, because that's where the big differences lie there. And let's say Stoke 188 points, losing to Leeds Lasso. As I said, Leeds Lassos are looking awfully strong, and here they come.
Well, I think that's one of Stoke's lowest scores of the season as well, to be honest. So,
could be, but I mean, 188 points will win a lot of games this week. You know, I think you're 250. Well, you see, 260 was the top scorer. So, it wasn't the highest scoring weeks again. But yeah, Deontay Foreman in there. I think we're going to see Deontay Foreman starting in a lot of these games that we look at tonight.
I would say so, yeah. Because even Keenan Allen didn't do that great for him as like he normally does. He started off well, but
again. Yeah, that was
only had one catch. But Ford, he's missing Ford now. He's out for a couple of weeks.
Herbert spanked me there. Is Ford out for a couple of weeks? So that's not good news for me.
It's going to be out for 1 to 2 weeks, I think.
Good win there. Kamara picking up the points. So yeah, great win for Leeds Lassos. They're marching on, and a wee bloody nose for Stoke-on-Bengals. I'm sure we'll bounce back easily enough.
And obviously the third highest score of the week was the Portsmouth Pirates. So Leeds got the second highest, Portsmouth Pirates got the third highest.
Yeah. And it was 2 wins in a row now for Portsmouth Pirates as well. 3 wins in a row for you, Johnny. You're marching.
I know, it's a bit.
And of course, there's Doug at 4-3 as well. Whitworth Rockstars at 4-3. And then it was a
nice win for Doug, but that'll be the Kelsey effect, that one, I'm guessing. Yeah, 52 points for Kelsey.
Oh, yeah, that'll be the Kelsey effect for sure. Yeah, it's because there as well. You know, Puka's going real well still. You know, Chris Sutton doing him proud. And even with Ingram didn't touch the ball, Jings.
No, I had Evans won another league with no touching into the ball either. Wasn't great, but
yeah, no,
you
that's
got Gano.
he's got Montgomery and Fields and Dell all on IR as well, Doug. So yeah, good win for Doug, up to 4-3. It puts him into 5th place, into the playoff spots, and just 1 win behind the top 3.
I know he jumped up 3 spots with that one actually, so that was pretty good.
And
poor Arthur got 173, but came up against Laxdale 191.
Yeah, so it's 0-7 stays. 0-6 goes 0-7, and Hot Dog Hot Shot's got a wee win there down the bottom to go 2-5, and that's Rotherham Raiders 2 losses in a row now. And Laxdale Legends got the win, as you say, up to 2-5.
I know. That'll come eventually, Arthur.
It'll come. The O will go. Let's have a wee look and see what happened there. 173 points isn't awful, you know.
No, I think it wasn't one of the best in this league, but I think there's a lot of leagues that you would have had a chance to win. But this has just been a crazy high scoring week for this division, I think.
Yeah, it's been
considering how many teams were on a bye. So, well, it started off with Allen, you had Akers, Elliott. Deontay Smith again disappearing, not really doing much. Got 11 points still.
Yeah, Devontae Smith's been a funny one. I mean, he's a proper. I just don't know whether you can stick with him or not anymore. You know, it's been all season now. You know, Waddle's been the same, but at least Waddle's shown a little bit of something. Smith has not.
Well, the thing is, Smith complained all week about it. He basically got his first 4 catches in the first couple of drives, and then they just went back to AJ Brown because he was getting the big plays.
I mean, I'm not being funny, but leaving Miles Garrett on the bench, come on, Arthur, what's that all about, pal?
I know, especially being a Browns fan.
I mean, you can't be leaving Garrett on the bench, you know. I mean, Patrick Queen and Hicks, you know, yeah.
I know, but Arthur, you're a Browns fan. You should be playing him, for God's sake.
I'm pretty sure he'll be playing him next week, and maybe that will bring the win along, you know.
But then, Laxdale did have Gibbs on the bench. He got 35 points. So.
Yeah,
it's a good win for Stephen and sore loss for Arthur.
I mean, it's a great, and it's, you know, at 2-5, you're 2 wins behind the playoffs with 7 games to go. You know, it's
not bad.
This is the time where see anyone who's on a losing record right now. Anyone who's 3-4 or 2-5. This is when the run has to start. You're not dead yet at 2-5. Absolutely not. But this is when the run has to start. It has to start in week 8.
It has to. Let's see who's got in week 8 then.
And the Hot Dog Hot Shots, who are sitting at 2-5 after winning last week, they're running into the Stoke-on Bengals, who have a losing record, losing streak at the moment.
Well, I think they'll be wanting to bounce back for there, I think. But
they will be. But you're running into Rock Stars. You've got a big one, Johnny.
Oh, great, Jack! I'll never let me forget that one.
Yeah, and Leeds Lassos are playing Portsmouth Pirates, another massive game. But down at the other end, you've got Laxdale Legends at 2-5 playing the Warner Bay Warriors 3-4. Huge game.
Ooh, that could be a very close one. I was thinking Arthur's come up against a tough one because AK Colts are a pretty high scoring team. And
yeah, no, it's not looking good for Plymouth or Gyle again, is it? But
there's no bye weeks either this week as well for some reason. It's like
no bye weeks this week. Yeah, that's right. And then 6 again the week after. I don't know what they're playing at, but yeah, there's no bye weeks this week. And Dougie's playing the Rotherham Raiders. Rotherham Raiders 2 losses in a row now. They were 2-3, you know, and not too bad. They're now 2-5, and need to turn that round quickly.
They do. But yeah, it's be nice to get a win against Jack and get myself to 6. To be honest,
I'm sure. Yeah, I mean 6. You've got to be looking at playoffs now, Johnny, and you've got to be eye on the prize. You know, top three's what you've got to be looking at. I mean, the top 3 teams: Stoke and Bengals, Leeds Lassos, and Portsmouth Pirates. They are scoring heavily. You know.
Yeah. That's EK Colts are the 3rd highest scoring team in the league, and they're sitting in 7th.
They are. That's pretty harsh, isn't it? They've ran into nearly 1,500 points.
Yeah. It's a sore
one. That's unlucky for Shawnee boy. But, you know, it means that it's still 3-4. It means that the wins are in there. You know, the squad's there. Playing the 0-7 team this week. That's, you know, get yourself to 4-4. And, I mean, do not rule out the 3-4 EK Colts.
Well, I'll put this, I'm glad I'm not playing them again.
Yeah.
Well, we should maybe till the playoffs, but
I'll bet.
But yeah, obviously, my game against Jack, that should be a good one, and I'm sure if I lose, he'll quickly not let me forget about it. But
For me, the game of the week this week is the Laxdale Legends and the Warner Bay Warriors, because it's kick on time or it's season, or chances overtime, and I think that's going. And if you look at the projected, it's 205 to 202, so it's tight. Midge's body are tight.
Yeah. Well, Jack's is totally out because he's not put his team in from all the players that were on bye last week. So he's still got Joe Barrow, Derek Henry, and all that to come back on. So that'll be pretty scary. But yeah, no, it'll be the Laxdale Legends. It probably is the game of the week, and possibly, well, no doubtedly, the Portsmouth Pirates against Leeds Lassos, because obviously Stoke Bengals were looking to get back to go 7-1, and Leeds Lassos won't want to drop behind them again. So they'll be looking to put a dent in Portsmouth Pirates.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's Leeds Lassos are on a roll as well. It's that's them back two in a row wins again. After the loss, they've bounced back twice, and they're scoring heavily. And I can see Leeds Lassos and Stoke-on-Bengals will be. I mean, this could be Division 1, it's the teams are going very well. You get Doug there as well, who's not a million miles behind, and Whitworth
I'll be playing him soon as well, I think. But
and then the EK Colts are scoring all the points and losing all the games. So it's a very tough division.
It is, but never mind. So I'll be happy. Let's see who's Jack got on his bench. So he's got Joe Barrow, Johnson, Henry, Sanders, Watkins, Chase. Oh God, Henry, Green. I'm just not going to look anymore. It'll be what it'll be. But I was projected to lose last week, and I somehow managed to.
It'll be a good one if you can nab it.
Definitely. So I will not be pondering too much, but I'll be keep me up. My language me prep. The problem is that this week the games kick off at 5 o'clock in the UK.
They do. Don't forget, clocks go back, folks. Clocks go back on Sunday. We get an extra hour.
Well, I'll have to remind that in every division because obviously we split it up. But I finish work at 5 o'clock, which is
you're going to miss it then, so you better get your team done in the morning.
I know, and I hope there's not too many questionable players. I'll maybe snipping off to the toilet at 4:30, pretend to clean the toilets and get my phone and check my bloody team.
Of course.
Because you used to finish work at 4, it was great, but now we finish at 5.
That's...
But it's only for 1 week, so I'll be back because I think America changes the week after. So
they do. They change the week after. So it says 1 week only. We get an hour early. We get the late games an hour early as well, right through Thursday.
I know it's quite mental having a late game like at 12:30, like the really late games.
It's nice. I'm hoping it's a watchable one on Thursday night because and Monday nights I will stay up for them. That extra hour, that hour makes a difference for me.
Definitely does. But so we'll go on to the Yesneby division now.
Yeah, let's not bother. Let's just skip it and move on.
No, we can't do that. It was a pretty close game though, Craig.
It's one of those ones, Johnny. It's just not my year this year. It's you've got Jackson coming in, getting you, finally turning up 46 points, and then he's got Bijan, who gets 1 carry for 3 yards and then decides he's sick, and I still can't win the game. I still can't win it. My defence was awful. My kicker got me a goose egg. And, I've lost Musgrave again to injury. If you're saying Ford's out for a couple of weeks, I've lost Ford to injury. It's just, it's time to give up this season, and then you're running into Josh Downs, who's done absolutely sweet hee-haw. You're running into Darren Waller, who's done sweet hee-haw season long, till he runs into me, and then boom, there you go. Have your points.
We did say a couple of weeks ago that Josh Downs would be good because Minchy does like to throw to him, but he was so open in that. Once he got past that touchdown, was just crazy.
Well, so it's bye season for me. The news of this division is Darlington Rams. Sammy boy got off the mark.
Off the mark, he did.
199 points. Great win.
Hit the 200 points.
Good news for Sam. Bad news for me. Puts me bottom.
Does it? I never even checked that much.
I deserve to be bottom, Johnny. I'm 100. I've scored 100 points less than the next person. It's just not been my season. But at the other end, we'll talk about the top end first because that's only fair. And Glasgow Eagles, the G-Fark men,
move up
3
the top
wins in
after
a
a
row
3-game
now.
win streak. Yeah, it's a good
3-game win streak, 231 points, second highest score of the week, and up to 6-1 now and absolutely flying.
Well, it does help having Kamara, 41 points.
Yeah, well, I bet he's got Foreman in there, popping in there. So no, he's not got Foreman in there. That's but Kincaid on his bench.
That'll be a good one.
You know, he's
got Thielen on his bench. He's got Lamb on his bench. He's got Hopkins on his bench.
Yeah, so, quite a few on bye week there. So yeah, it's all looking pretty rosy for our Graham.
Definitely top of the division.
Top of the division.
Game leads.
The only 6-1. The Buccaneers.
Second highest scoring team.
Yeah, but I mean the Buccaneers have been scoring the points, and this is where the trade was made. Then, so
well, before you go that, the Buccaneers are the highest scoring team, and they've conceded the most amount of teams, and they're still 5-2.
And they're still 5-2. Yeah, it's at 1,500 and nearly 1,550 points. That's crazy, isn't it?
That's just mental. That's so impressive.
So they're absolutely in two wins in a row now. You know, and what was it? What was it? They got out the trade. They got the 2 players, didn't they? No, no, they got JJ.
They got JJ. So yeah, it looks like he's going to be making the playoffs, and he's going to be.
Yeah, JJ's. If you listen, man, if you're talking McCaffrey and JJ in the same team,
yeah.
If they're both fit and if they're both fit for the playoffs, then yeah, Buccaneers will be a tough one to topple, I would think, with that lineup. And Aberdeen Bucks at 4-3, so they lost this week to Lee Vikings. So yeah, maybe needing to strengthen up with a couple of good players as opposed to just one in there.
Well, he's lost Ertz to IR as well, so we just got Thomas can slip into tight end.
Yeah, that's pretty. I mean, it's Ertz, you know, it's a big fat. Who cares really in it? But yeah, going well, and you know those two, bringing in Flowers as well. I really like that move because I think Flowers is going to get better and better as the season goes on, provided Lamar keeps his shit together, you know.
Yeah, is that the Aberdeen Bucks?
Yeah, the Aberdeen Bucks. So yeah, they're sitting 4-3. I mean, they're down in 7. There are 5 teams in this division. 5 teams in this division that have got 5 wins and 2 losses, and there's a 6-1. So the top 6 are all 5 wins or better. And then you get Aberdeen Bucks at 4-3. The Yorkshire Finns, after beating me this week, despite having blooming Bejan, 3-4, and then the rest are all 1-6. There's 4 1-6s in this division. So it's very much it's opening up between top half, bottom half.
Well, obviously, you look at it's a really good win for Lee Vikings because they had Watson at minus 0.5. Then Mason with 0 points as well.
So he did, yeah. And they had Williams and a goose egg too. And Smith-Schuster sitting in there, who wasn't playing. So yeah.
Although he didn't have much on his bench to replace him. He had MBS, so that was it. So I think he didn't roll with
that. Gets 106, you know, obviously it is Taylor and Brown, I guess, you know, and then Andrews and Olacon. But yeah,
it's a crazy one.
It's a cracking win as well. But of all the 5, you know, he's going to need to do something there. Oh, well, he's got, I guess. Prescott's been useless as well. I think we Vikings are going to be hanging their hat on Stroud very, very soon.
Well, I'd rather hang it on Stroud than Prescott, to be honest, because Stroud's.
So would I.
He's throwing the ball. He's doing well.
Correct. As opposed to, you know, and Watson's just. I mean, I'd be sending Watson to agency now.
Yes. And the highest scoring team of the week gave Godalming and Goats a second loss of the season.
They did, Jess. Alaskan deep freeze going very, very well.
264 points. It's a bloody good score.
Yeah,
nearly the highest score of the week.
It's
and they got Warren and Hutchison were the only 2 really scores that didn't go above the projection.
Well, it's all the double digits. You know, it's the defense that the problem lies there with Alaskan deep freeze. Imagine if they'd kind of got one of those decent defenders. You know, even Quay Walker. You know, he'll be coming back in, I would imagine, next week because he'll be even fitter. You know, didn't do much this week, but he's been a points machine.
Yeah, he's done really good, these points scoring for this division. So,
but yeah, it's great scoring from Alaskan Deep Freeze as well, and they've got to be kind of looking now, sitting at 5-2. You got to be thinking, right, okay, playoffs are on. I've got a great squad here. Let's just hope they all stay fit.
It is crazy though. Between second and sixth, they're all 5-2.
Yeah, I know, it's nuts.
Obviously, you got them in Lee Vikings have 5 wins in a row, so they started 0-2.
So they did, yeah, 5 wins in a row, and Alaskan Deep Freeze now 3 wins in a row.
So there's your
Glasgow Eagles 3 wins in a row, but it's 5 wins in a row. But listen, Johnny, 5 wins in a row and only 1,262 points.
I know, it's a bit crazy, like.
So yeah, I mean, it just goes to show you beat what's in front of you, and that's all you need to do. And see when you're scoring those 175, 180, 185 points, they're the mark. That's the mark that wins games and loses games.
I know. Well, I think Arthur would have beaten him, would he not?
Probably.
That's just the way it goes. So, but yeah,
But yeah.
But then obviously yours was a close game. I mean, it's only 7 points.
And I've only scored 1,155 points. I've probably scored the least points in the whole entire thing. And here we go. Week 8, I run into the Aberdeen Bucks after their big trade. So Pitts will be in. Flowers is in. So I've got to face the two of them. And I'm absolutely decimated with injury.
You are.
Montgomery's out. Samuel's out. If Ford's out, then I'm screwed. If Musgrave's out, yeah.
Well, he looked a bit shaken up on the sideline. I remember seeing it like so. It's a concussion for Musgrave, is it? I don't know.
I think it was a concussion, but it was a pretty hard hit that he took.
Oh yeah.
And Glasgow Eagles, the 6-1 Glasgow Eagles are up against this 1-6 Bedford Brewskis. So Graham will be looking to get his 7th win on the board.
I know. Well, there's the game of the week. Alaskan
Deep Freeze against the newly acquired JJ Buccaneers. He won't be playing, but it's a massive game for his team.
Well, you hope his team will show up because obviously he's got ready 2 players, but he's outscored the Alaskan Deep Freeze by nearly 1,000 points.
Yeah, so you've got to think, it's
you got to think if he gets the team right. Has he got injuries or? Well, obviously Ertz, but you won't really miss that too much.
No, you're not missing that too much. Ertz is a throwaway. I mean, I know he's done okay and he's been scoring. He is in teams, but if you've got Ertz, that's you've got a couple others on the bench, or at least one other on the bench.
Well, he's got CJ Mosley coming back from bye, so I'm guessing he'll be in the squad.
I would think so.
Actually, he's got a lot of defenders on the bench. No, that's up to him. His actually bench isn't the best.
No,
to be honest,
there's quite a lot that the bench hasn't. And see when these the bye weeks have always kicked in, but there's none this week. But when you had a bye week and when you get a week that you've got 4 or 5 on a bye, that's when you really find out just how deep your squad is. But sometimes you don't need the deep squad because see if you're sitting at 6-1 and you run in and your bench is rubbish and you've got 6 guys on a bye week, you take the loss and you move on.
Oh, definitely is.
And then that's your guys back.
Yeah. So yeah, it should be a good game, but barring Ertz, you obviously put Dotson in, move.
But yeah, I mean
Thomas up to tight end and put Mosley back in the field. That will be good enough to probably win, to be honest. But
I mean, this division now is that the 4 teams on 1 and 6 are now fighting for who can get 9th. Who can get 9th and into Division 3. Yorkshire Finns beating me this week. The Duke, mate, the 3rd win gives them hope. He's still right in it, and Aberdeen Bucks obviously at 4-3 right in the hunt. But yeah, there's a big gap here. There's 8 teams left really in it, but so there's going to be a lot of big games coming up.
And the big question is, can Sam build on it about the second one? He does have coming back.
He's got, of all the games he could have got, the teams in 5-2, he's got the best one, he's got the lowest scoring one, so every chance. And
obviously he'll get Brees Hall back from the bye week, so he is basically the number 1 runner. Oh, we've got a comment.
Godalming Goats dropping down, losing again and being at 5-2. That's a massive.
Check the screen, Craig. That's a low one, Derek.
He should do. I'm telling you. But
brilliant.
That just for that, I'm not going to finish last. I tell you. But yeah, the Godalming Goats sitting at 5-2 now. You know, they playing the Yorkshire Finns, massive game for the Yorkshire Finns. If they can get that one, they'll get back to 4-4. Get back in a hunt. So that's a big one to look out for. But yeah, definitely game of the weekend here is the Buccaneers against Alaskan Deep Freeze.
Yes, that'll be definite. So obviously now we'll go on to Coween Hill, Division 3. How are we getting on here? And we've got the new, he's changed the name already. There you go, Martin.
So here we go. This is the unfortunate. This is the most unfortunate one. I think we're going to see this quite a lot this week, Johnny. I've ran through them quickly, and there's quite a few. But here we have the Manchester Bees top scoring, and poor old Carlton Crew second top scoring, but running into Manchester Bees and getting beat.
That was a sore one, like.
It's a sore one from where they were as well, you know, because you're sitting at 4-2, another guy's sitting at 5-1. Such a big difference, you know. There's a 2-game swing there now, whereas they would have been tied. So, massive 2-game swing for Manchester Bees.
Oh, Travis Kelty. But look at Carlton Crew had Williams no points, Ingram no points. You had to play Russell Wilson as QB.
Jeez, yes, we did.
But yeah, if he played him any other way, look at that.
32 points.
Yeah, if he played him any other way, could have won. But it just happened to get him where his main receivers and that are all out in the bye week. But that's just.
I mean, to be fair, Carlton Crew. I mean, when you look at what they've got in their bye week, you know, Prescott, Thielen, Cook, Slam, Schultz, Ferguson, Williams. They're all through their bye weeks now, you know, and their Manchester Bees could have had the top scorer of the week had they started Downs. Although they've scored so well right through the whole entire team,
and of course, remember they started 0-1 as well.
Only one that scored single digits was their kicker. So Manchester Bees started 0-1, 6 wins in a row, huge. Bankfoot Panthers third one in a row as well, and the Whitehall White Tigers third one in a row. Some teams in forms here, but the Glenrothes Nazguls, the new name, 4 wins in a row from 0-3, now sitting 4-3. So yeah, this one's really tight. There's 2 1-6s and a 0-7 down the bottom, but from 9th upwards, this is tight.
I know there is one game that, well, if it's anything like last week's score corrections could change, and that's a couple of times against Seattle Patriots. Against 4 points. Because that was last week.
You would think that it's not going to make 4 points. They're not going to make 4 points of a change. But I mean, it is a shame for Kirkwall Chargers sitting at 1-6 as well. Preston Hawks as well, 192 points and losing. I mean, that's hard to take, you know, when you're down. When your luck's no in, your luck's no in, you know. When you're 1-6, that's what happens, unfortunately.
Yeah, but it's still a good win. Like I say, it's a good win for Nazgul. Patriots, 2 wins in a row for the Patriots, but still. So I got the hiccups.
And the Glossop fighting Gophers, is it?
Yes.
Glossop fighting Gophers got a massive win this week against the New Bardston Marshals to put them both 4-3 now. New Bardston will be tough. I mean, 116 points is harsh, so there's going to be a lot of badness in this. But Watson, obviously, badness. Komet, Goose Egg, Mitchell, Goose Egg. Wandale Robinson 3 points, Kicker a point. So yeah, hard week for the New Bardston Marshals there.
But then did they not just cut the kicker? And did Mayer just get cut?
Did he get cut today? Well, that's good news for him. He can go and pick up someone else. He should have been cut those kicks that he missed.
I think he's missed like 6 extra points in a field, or 6 field goals on an extra point already this season or something. So,
but yeah, I
think I saw somebody's been cut. So.
Bejan and Glossop's team, Bejan there, you know. Gabe Davis doing nothing as well. So great win for them. 4-3. It really keeps the division tight. Keeps, you know, 4th place is sitting at 4-3. There's 2 6-1s and a 5-2. So it's wide open here.
I know. There you go. The Carlton Crew are sitting on negative points difference. 14774, 1498 against you. They're still 4-3.
Nearly anyone who's anywhere near 1,500 against it is conceded a lot of points. So, but he's sitting on 4 wins, conceding that amount is absolutely massive.
Yeah,
and they've maybe got a bit of respite next week because next week they're playing the Preston Hawks. So
they are. Yeah, well, yeah, they should do. And obviously, the poor Edinburgh Thunderbirds are up against the Glossop Fighting Gophers. Oh, nice tasty one next. So Seattle Patriots against the Whitehill White Tigers.
Yeah, that's a huge game. 4-3, 5-2. What puts one foot in the playoffs and keeping another one's got a battle on his hands type thing.
And you've got Bankworth could put another probably 1.5 feet in the playoffs if they get a win against Glenrothes and Glasgow.
Absolutely. And then the Manchester Bees have got the 1-6 Kirkwall Chargers, so they're going to be looking to get that. I think, what is it? 6 teams get into the playoffs?
6 teams get into the divisional playoffs.
6 teams get into the divisional playoffs, yeah. So you're talking the 6 and 1s, 8 wins definitely gets you in. If you get 8 wins, you'll be in the playoffs. So you're only 2 wins shy. So, big weeks for Manchester Bees and Bankfoot Panthers. The quicker you can get it over the line, the better, obviously, Bankfoot have got a very tough game, but, Manchester Bees on a 6-game win streak, you got to think that's going to go 7.
Yeah. Well, my game of the week in this one will be the Patriots against the Tigers. So I think that'll be a very good game.
Yeah, I think that'll be a good one. Let me see. I'm actually thinking the Chicago Scorpions against the New Boston Marshals is a huge game as well. 3-4, 4-3. 2 teams that aren't out of it by any manner of means, but really need the victory. So I'm going to go with that one for game of the week.
Good stuff. So I think people are actually paying attention because somebody did mention game of the week and how we let them down last week.
I never remember who I say though.
Neither do I. But then obviously we'll go on to the Millhead division if it actually loads.
So Division 4 of the East Conference. And what have we got? So this is our Sean top scored this week. Top score alert, and you've got to feel for Carey, the third highest score of the week. He's sitting at 1-5. He scores the third highest score in the division and loses.
It's probably his highest score of the season as well. But of course, the big news here is the Waterarton Warriors, the last undefeated team, are no longer undefeated.
Oh, is there no more O's? Is that all the O's gone?
That's the O's gone. They all gone in the same week.
Oh, for goodness sake. So, Waterarton
1-5-3, so they're getting beat by the Harrow Harlequins, which is a good win for Harrow. 1 game behind them now. So,
yeah, that's it. That's a massive. We talked about that last week, and that being a big game, and for Harlow to get that win. I mean, it was only 153 points, so it wasn't a good week for Waterarton Warriors. But we did call that, didn't we? Because they had Henry on the bench, the Henry on bye week, and.
Yeah, that was the only one they had in bye. You had Njigba on the bench, on the bench, Mooney on the bench.
I mean, Jacobs is getting sorely frustrating. Jacobs is getting so frustrating at the moment. He's killing me in the home league. It's he needs to start kicking on again.
Did absolutely nothing, which I thought might happen with that quarterback. But
yeah, I mean, it's things are changing for Waterarton here. Because. Hunt's coming on a bit, but he's got Mostert, not a great week. Achahan's going to be back soon. Moss is starting to lose the touches to JT. So things are going to be changing, and for Waterarton Warriors, So Bishy's got to be on the ball. I mean, at 6 wins, you're nearly there. You're nearly in. And Harlow Harlequins, great.
But you say that though, he's only 2 games ahead of 6th place.
Yeah, I mean that's that. It's you know what it's like. You get on the streaks get streaky, winning and losing.
Oh, look at Sean. 145 points for, 1532 against. That's no luck, Sean. That's just. I know you got the high score this week. That made it look a bit more respectable, but.
Yeah, it's he got the highest score this week for sure, but he's conceded 1,500. I mean, 1,450 is good points for, the 2 6 and 1s, and then he's at the third highest. And I mean, Leicester Tigers, they're flying still. I called that last week as well, that they're going really well, and another 200-point return and another victory.
Well, you always go on about your streaks, not so that's Harrow Harlequins now in a 4-game win streak after beating the Waterartons.
So. After being 1-2, they're now 4 wins in a row. So I mean, the streaks come. Look at what Workshop Doth Rookies as well. 3 wins in a row now, you know.
Well, they'll be hoping for no score correction because that one very well could change, and that'll be a sore one because that's got them tied. Well, they're up to 5th now.
Yeah, against Dublin Everton Blues, and that's they're now the Dublin Everton Blues. They're starting to turn into a kind of 1-1 lose one. You know, after their great start, they've lost 1, won 1, lost 1, won 1. So
because that's a crazy thing. Because they're sitting in 4th, but if that gets corrected, then they'll jump up to 3rd.
Yeah, I mean it's 5-2, 6-1. It's the top 5 teams all on 5 wins here as well, and then you've got 1, 4, and 3. But there are a couple of, you know, Nairn Knights as well. They're going to be coming, you know, 193 points. Nice win.
Well, look at that. Look at the scores for, and look at the ones above them.
Yeah, so
it's just Poor Gary though. He's got as many points as you. I think maybe slightly less, but.
Gary's got less points than me, but he did score 200 this week and still couldn't get the win, you know, which is quite hot. Sorry, Gary, I know I'm laughing, but...
He means it with all his heart, though. He is laughing in a good way.
But yeah, so I mean, as I said, we're turning through the halfway point now. It's every game's getting important for anyone who's in me a shout of getting into the playoffs. Every game's important now. But if you look at this week, the Harlow Harlequins 5-2 playing the Workshop Doth Rookies 5-2. You know, the winner of that game's probably going to get, you know, 1 foot in the playoffs. The loser of that game's in a wee bit of a battle. You know.
Well, they're both on 4-win streak and a 3-win streak, but.
And
Harlequins have scored a lot more, but
the Leicester Tigers and the Waterton Warriors 6-1 are playing the Gary 1-6 and the Yorkshire Lost Mertos 0-7. So these 2 teams could be the first 2 teams we could probably be saying next week, yes, you are in the playoffs. Congratulations, you know.
Yeah, and a big one for Sean. Obviously, if he beats the Preston Panthers, he'll be jumping above them.
It's a huge game for Sean. Huge game for Sean and huge game for Leeds Leopards at 2-5 playing the Nairn Knights, you know, 3-4. If Leeds Leopards can grab a win there, it's, you know, 3-5, you're not out of it. No way, no how. But it just, you know, 2-6, you're gone.
Yeah, there'll be a bit of a get. If Sean and who's Nairn Knights?
Nairn Knights is Joe.
If they both win, that'll give a 3-game gap above the teams below them. So that is getting bigger this late in the season. Like
it's, but yeah, no doubt for me in this division, the Harlow Harlequins and the Workshop Doth Rookies. That's good. Doth Rookies have got Richard Johnson. They'll be hoping he's Rashawn Johnson. He should be back. You know, that's 2 weeks he's missed on a concussion now, so he should be back. Addison's fine, isn't he? Addison's not a problem.
Well, no, because you got injured during the game, but it kept him coming back out, so I'm pretty sure he'll be fine.
Yeah,
there's no way they're not going to play him.
Harlow Harlequins have got Bejan. He's, you know, that was a kick for them. It'd be nice to get him back in this week, you know, for them. But yeah, I mean, this will be a close game as well. The projections are very close and it looks tight, you know.
Well, my game of the week will be the Preston Panthers against the Newcastle Colts. See if Sean can build on that and get up to 4-4.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So it'll be a good one. It'll be a very good game, I think.
Yeah, Sean's got a quarterback problem in that. He's got Purdy and Cousins, so he probably played the wrong. If he played Purdy this week, he's played the wrong one. But he's got the quarterback issue there. Where what one do you start and what one do you sit? I mean, he's got Purdy.
He's got Purdy at the moment. So
I'd be playing Cousins against Green Bay. I really would.
Did he play Purdy last week?
Did he play Purdy last week?
He did, yeah. 22 points and left.
Yeah, so there you go. So it could have been even, but that's the headache. That's the headaches I keep talking about. You just don't want to give yourself those headaches, you know.
You can certainly understand him dropping Cousins for Purdy on a primetime game, but Cousins just played well. Like they never sacked him once, so it's pretty impressive.
No, never. And he scored mega points. Yeah. But he's got Quincy Williams to come in off the bench. Does Sean? He's got he's got a Downs decision to make. He's got Cooks back. He's got Mixon back off bye week. So yeah, I mean, it's you know, when you look at his squad there, he's got a lot to come, you know. And Preston Panthers, they've got to get rid of Zach Ertz. He's gone now, so they've got to get rid of him.
They've got dealt with Schultz on the bench. So
Schultz to come back in. Yeah, Schultz on the bench to come back in.
Miles Garrett on the bench. Come on, play Miles Garrett, man. Jeez.
Oh, they'll play Miles Garrett for sure. Got to play Miles Garrett this week after what he done last week. They've got James and Warner. I guess it's James that will get dumped because you're not dumping Warner either.
What's he done? Well, yeah, he did. Yeah, well, he have like two bad, one good, two bad, one good. So maybe
that's
a
big
one.
game.
So yeah. Yes, that's a really big game. That one.
And I'm really, really hoping that Wilkes Gold Rush or Solihull Sharks can, somehow find a way. Yorkshire Los Mertos can find a way to get that win and just keep them honest. Keep those 6-1s honest.
I'm not too sure what's going on with the projection for Gold Rush, but
yeah, it's the Leicester
Tigers. Look at his team. No, he's got like Mahomes, Taylor, Ayuk.
Yeah, but then that's where it ends. He's got Smith. Smith.
Oh, he's got all the defenders.
That's what Smith is going to be a regular appearance in the not doing too well teams as well.
I know, Gary. We know you were at the Grand Prix or wherever you were, and you drafted all these bloody defenders, but you don't have to keep them.
Yeah, you can get them now.
It's probably a bit late now. Because all the good players are gone. But come on, Gary. You can only play 2 defenders. You don't need like 6.
Go on, give him a ticking off, Johnny. Look at his IR. Give him the ticking off. Tell him.
Oh, who's in his IR? Maybe that's why, what is it?
Get him told, Johnny.
My IR doesn't show up on this bloody computer.
Go to Versus. You see it in the game.
Oh, Jamal. Put it this way, if he wants to change anybody, it's going to have to do that. So,
there you go. You get him ticked off.
Yeah, that's Jamal Williams. He's a bugger all in, but yeah.
Well,
if he wants to change the team, he's going to have to.
He's going to need to move him, yeah.
Because I had somebody asking that the other day, and I said, well, you have to take a player out of the IR before you do anything.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
That's the way. Yeah, you've got to take them out.
It even tells you at the top. When you go on your team, you have a player on IR, please take them out. Obviously, some people
nothing you can do until you do so. But play that, you can play the game as well. You can leave them on there as long as you don't want to change your team.
Yeah.
If you don't want to drop them and you've got no one you want to drop, that's fine. You can play the game. But if you want to do anything, you need to take them out.
Yes. So don't message me saying I can't change my team. Take your player out. So on to the next division, West Conference Happy Valley.
So this is McGonagall's top scorer of the week. And poor old Darlow Destroyers were the third highest scorer in this division, 237 points, but ran into it.
It's a bit of a sore one.
So yeah, it's a bit harsh for the Darlow Destroyers, and it puts them 3-4 as well. Which hurts when you're on that. 3-3, and you get 237 points. You're like, yeah, man, that's a win, and it's not. It's honestly that shit keeps me up at night. Cooper Cup let them down. Was a Darlow Destroyers problem. Cooper Cup not doing anything.
You're in the wrong league, Craig. You're on Maze How. You're not in Happy Valley.
Oh, are we in Happy Valley? Are we? Sorry. We're in the first.
I'm looking at it going, where the hell is he? I can't see it. I'm looking up down. No.
Sorry. Yes, you are correct. Sorry. Happy Valley. We'll come back to that last one. Sorry. Yes.
So there's the one you were looking for, the Cork Red Army.
The Cork Red Army got the win last week.
They only lost by 12 points against a high scoring, normally, Gothenburg Angels.
Yeah, Gothenburg Angels had a bad week this week. That win, I'm so happy that Lemonade Fresh got the win this week and got their 234 points this week because they really didn't deserve that. Slightly riles me that they change the scoring later on. It's not right. You see your win, you've got a win's on your card, and then you find out 2 days later that you actually lost. That sucks.
Yeah, that's a bit like. And obviously we had to change up team of the week last week because of that too.
Yeah, that's right. But
yeah, it's a sore one. But
Gotham anyway. Back to Gothenburg Angels. They were. Bejan was a big problem for them this week, and that was Amari Cooper done nothing. Mostert, see if this is the start of the decline of these kind of, the ones that start really, and you always see it every season. You see it. There's guys that come out the blocks racing, and then Moss has done it. Mostert's done it. then, you know, JT comes back and Moss becomes a nothing. When Achan comes back, if Mostert isn't doing anything, then he's going to disappear into obscurity because that's Wilson back as well now.
In fairness, he has been doing something until he came up against the Eagles defense, who are really good against
true.
the run.
I mean, it's 1 week. It's 1 week and all that jazz, you know. So fair enough. But I see him losing more and more touches as the season goes on. You know.
Look at your screen, Craig. I tell you, yes, Derek's got it in for you. I can safely say that one.
Well, I'll tell you what, rattle doesn't begin to describe that. I'm not even joking.
But yeah, obviously, even though the Gothenburg Angels got the win, they're no longer top after the Bonnyrigg Cheesecake have now scored more points than them.
Yes, now scored more points. The top 3 teams here are now on 2-game win streaks, you know, and they are the only teams that have got, they're all on 2-game win streaks in the top 3, you know. So, because you say it, Lightning.
Coybank's Lightning.
Coybanks, yes. Coybank's Lightning. 195 points for Dreve, but a loss, which is a bit harsh, you know. And he's lost touch with those top 3 now because they've all won. He loses and he drops back a place on them, you know. And it's obviously Norwich Mustardmen. Great win for them to, you know, 209 points, but a cracking one to tie it up with Dreve, you know.
Yeah, it gets them up to 5th in the league there. So
that's the Foreman factor for that one, you know. Dreve rolled the dice with Wilson coming in, by bringing in Wilson, but alas, one reception, 4 yards doesn't really do you much
good. Two receptions for Cooper Cup, and how often is that going to happen?
Yeah, that's and the Cooper Cups cost a lot of people this week, and a lot of people who are on good records, you know. And you're looking and you're going, oh, look at how well they're doing, and they've got Cup back. Well, Cup's hurt them this week.
Yes, they all went to the Nuka train, or Puka, as Portbelly likes to keep telling us.
Yes. And it's, the good way, the Bonnyrigg Cheesehead, Turbanville Titans losing with 210 points. That's harsh. Positives being still 4-3, you know, still well up there.
But then the Darlington Dragons, 203 points and getting scaled up by 245 points to Dick and Heath Demons.
Yeah, that's at 3-3. That's a hard one to take. That's a much harder one to take than when you're 4-2 and it happens, you know. But great win for Dickens Heath Demons, as you say, 5-2 now. The Richmond Reds stole one against the Guildford Raptors to go 4-3, keep their hopes well and truly alive, you know.
Through Gus the Bus, they went with Howell, who scraped 10 points against the Giant defence.
Bottom of this division now, Cork Red Army and Guildford Raptors getting a wee bit down the bottom. And Team Lemon and Fresh, as I say, I'm so glad they got that one. But do you know that them losing that one, those score corrections is the difference between being right in it and kind of being on the cusp and really needing something special to happen, you know?
Yeah, it's a bit of a sore one, like, yeah.
Which to me is a proper shame, you know. It's it shouldn't be like that, and it's you know. So if Lemony Fresh misses out in the playoffs by one game
or 2 points, see. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's a defender. Like, although once the season it was because twice it's because of an offensive player, but every other time it's defensive players.
But once they've locked the points in at the end of the game, I think that should be them locked in at the end. You know, no changes. But hey, what do I know?
It's a pain in the bloody ass for me having to edit all the scores.
It's another massive week for Lemony Fresh this week as well, Johnny. They're playing the Darlington Dragons. The 3 and 4 Darlington Dragons, 2 and 5 Team Lemony Fresh. It's let them get, you know, if they don't win this week, then there's a big gap opening up above them, you know. So
I think they'll find it hard though, because McGarmel, they're quite a high scoring team, are they not?
I mean, yeah, they do well enough. They've got JT's in there starting in. They've got Williams at running back.
Mahomes.
No real issues in a space on the bench to fill, but yeah, I mean, Lemony Fresh have got a great squad as well. You know, Jackson, Eckler, Jacobs, Addison.
He's going to have to take out Fryan, but he's on IR.
Smith and Jegba is only going to get better as the season goes, you know, and you've seen that, you know, he's finally got his touchdown, he's getting touches. Let's not forget that boy had a bad injury, you know, in pre-season as well, you know.
Mm-hmm. Well, look at Lemony Fresh, obviously, he's got Hall on the bench, so he'll come in and replace Fryermuth.
I will get Fryermuth out your team.
And then you've got Breece Hall on the bench. He'll be back, and so.
And Kyler Murray to come back in a week or two. That's going to be that. Then you've got decisions to make with Murray and Jackson. But massive game for Lemony Fresh.
Definitely. But good luck.
And we've got the two 4-3s playing each other. Keybanks Lightning and Richmond Reds.
That'll be a good one. That's my game of the week. I know there's a 2 5-2s, but that's my game of the week. That one.
How did Reeve get Cup and Diggs?
Yeah, I ask that question every week.
Yeah, that's massive. That having Cup and Diggs. It's but then he's running into Henry. Richmond Reds got Deontay Johnson back and catching the ball. And he got some touches. Yeah. Do you think? Let's talk about he's got Darrell Henderson in there in one of the flex spots. So let's talk about the LA Rams running back palaver. Who do you think it's going to be?
I don't know. Well, don't talk to me. I had Evans in one of my teams, and he did bugger all.
Yeah, it's going to be between. For me, it's going to be between Henderson and Freeman in the first instance. Until
I think Henderson. He did this. Remember when Akers came out, and everyone thought Akers was going to be the number one in the first week. Henderson came in, and stole the show. So,
and the thing is, Henderson knows the backfield. He knows how they play. So. He's a logical choice, I would say. So, yeah, I think that's in Richmond Red, very much in Richmond Red favour, the fact that he's got Henderson down there.
Yeah.
But the game of the week for me is the Dickinson Heath Demons against the Bonnyrigg Cheeseheads, 2 5-2s.
One against 3. So
it's one of them's looking really good for the playoffs at the end of this week, and one of them's kind of getting into a wee bit of a battle. So I fancy I'm going against the predictions here because I think the Bonnyrigg Cheeseheads with Walker and Gibbs and Waddle, Goddard, Allen, I'm fancying that much more than Warren, Jones, St. Brown, Myers, Lockett. That's Kelsey's there, isn't he? And Ayuk, but
yeah, that's it. Kelsey's a factor there with the tight end.
And Waller, so Kelsey and Waller in there, and with them getting, with them getting extra points for so I can see why they're favourites. But yeah, I'm going with Bonnie. I'll take Bonnyrigg Cheeseheads to win that one.
Oh, you did predict them to win the division, so you got to stick with them now.
I did.
But I stuck with Gothenburg Angels, who started off well, so I hope they keep that going. But yeah, the Guildford Raptors could get their second win against Yeovil Winners down the bottom there. That'd be a nice one to get.
It would be, but it's at the stage of the season now for kind of Yeovil Winners 4-3. It's time to put up or shut up. They're going to need to get moving now. They're going, 4-3. You want to make the playoffs. You need to be beating the 1-6 teams.
Yeah, especially the 4-3 teams there is. So yeah.
There's loads of them here. We'll get all the way down to 8th or 4-3. 2 1-6s is the thing, so that kind of does keep the middle positions tight when you've got a couple of 1-6s.
Yeah, the 1-6 are both playing against a
4-3 this week. That should be a 3 wins in a row streak, and then who knows,
Very good. So now, Craig, we'll go on to
we'll go and talk about the. Now we'll go and talk about the Portland Lumberjacks there too. But yeah, Darlow Destroyers, such a shame.
It is so defeat that one, Darlow.
It's a hard one. But do you know who this week's hardest? See the Crew Juggernauts from 4-0 to 4-3. That's a slide you need to stop.
I know.
3 in a row losses. But yeah, the Portland Lumberjacks, we went through their team earlier, but the Darlow Destroyers, Ford obviously hurt now. Cup killed them there. Cup was a sore one. And Bolton going out.
Is he on IR now, is he?
I don't know if he's on IR. He certainly went out on Sunday.
Of course, the one at the top, he wanted me to mention.
Yeah, the Cavity Porkers won again. Is that them 2 wins now?
They're 2 wins. They're one win streak, but they're off the bottom.
Off the bottom, 2 wins now for Pork. So yeah, well done against the Belfast Benchwarmers who wrapped in all those. I mean, they've got Kamara was part of that deal. Let's not forget.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not like he's lost out from that deal. He's done very well from that deal. He's losing despite that deal, you know.
Well, that's it. Njoku did well. It was just Ridley killed him.
Yeah, Ridley is looking dodgy. Yeah, Njoku done fine though, you know. So yeah, Ridley looks like he's fallen off a cliff. But yeah, Pork's got Miller in there as well now, and he's going to lose his touches to Williams as well now. So that's not great for him. But
it's a problem that Pork does love Miller, but not as much as he loves Nakua. He loves a bit of Puka.
He jumped on the Gus bus and he rode it to his second win of the season, Johnny.
I know.
But yeah, there's nobody's only on 1-1. This league is tighter than this league's quite tight.
4 teams on 2 and 5. You can say what you mean, Craig. And obviously, the Whitford Educators getting a nice win again.
Yeah, I mean, they're looking real good here at 6-1. You know, it's 1,565 points, 247 points in the week again. But these 2 and 5s aren't out. And you see the 2 and 5, the 12th place is only 2 games outside the playoff spots. So everyone in this division is still in it.
I know, it's a bit mental, that one. And this is
the
actually a rare one.
Are going to need to halt that old 3-game losing streak, though, that's for sure.
And of course, this is a rare one in the league. The lowest team actually has the highest score against them.
Yeah, that's not often.
So yeah, so what's happening to the Crew Juggernauts then?
Yeah, what's happening to the Crew Juggernauts? Where are they going?
Go to what is Smith.
So Smith,
Amari Cooper.
Yeah, Cooper. You see, it's the same problems you're seeing every time you go into one. It's Cooper, it's Smith, it's Swift's going to start falling as well, you know.
Yeah, and he picked up Palmer, left him on the bench. He's got Pollard.
He's got Pollard and Cooks to come back from bye week. You know, he'll play.
Look at his bench. So 2 defenders, 24 points and 21 points on the bench.
I get why leaving Greenlaw on the bench. You got to leave Greenlaw on the bench this week because he was a Monday night game and he was very questionable.
I think it was an hour before kickoff they announced he was playing. So yeah.
Yeah, so that wasn't silly, but yeah, I mean, it's not. There's issues there to be looked at, but in the grander scheme of things, I'm sure that losing streak will bounce. Just a case of picking the right players. I mean, it could easily bounce this week if they pick the right players. And then if you look at, and there's the difference, you know, if you look at Burnham Trash Panda's bench, he's nailed his lineup, and that's the difference between winning and losing is nailing your lineup.
Yeah. And also having Lamar Jackson score 46 points certainly helps too.
Oh, it certainly does, yeah. I mean, but, you know, Jackson's he owes us that. As a fellow Jackson manager, he owed us this week. Just a shame I couldn't win with it.
Yeah.
But he definitely owed us that week. So, yeah, that losing streak has to start, but it's all about, and that game there goes to show you how important it is to get the right lineup.
Yeah, but obviously the Whitford Educators seem to be getting the right lineup quite a lot. So
they seem to be, yeah.
4-game win streak. Port Lumberjacks are on a 2-game win streak. And so they had to get a good score to win that one as well. Because I do feel sorry for the Darlow Destroyers. Who lost that one and now dropped down to 7th.
And the the Belfast Benchwarmers, they've got Kamara plugged in there, but are they missing Kelsey? Because they're sitting at 3 and 4 and they're on a 2-game losing streak now, you know.
Yeah.
The poor Rhine Cardinals, they started 2-0 and are now 2-5, so 5 in a row lost.
I know they're actually within danger of the Carrick Porkers jumping above them, to be honest.
But cannot emphasise enough how close this division is and how those bottom 4 teams in 2 and 5 are not out of it, not by a long shot.
No, definitely the closest division out of the lot so far. Probably is out of all of it, to be honest, but I can't find off the top of my head who the other 2 are.
The Porkers are facing the out of form Crew Juggernauts this week.
Oh, he'll be hoping for a.
Can Port get his second win in a row? Really get himself into the hunt? That would be a big one for him.
I think he'll find it hard with no bye weeks. I think he'll find it hard this week. I think
at this stage, I would say that anyone bar the 5 and 2s are really looking at Whitworth educators and saying, please go and win your game, and you just go away at the top and keep beating the teams that I'm fighting against, you know.
Well, unfortunately, they're playing against the Rainey Cardinals this week.
They're playing the Rainey Cardinals this week, so big 5-game losing streak for the Rainey Cardinals. So yeah, they'll be looking to get that 7th win and pretty much get themselves into those playoffs. But big week for Burnham, yep, Trash Pandas and the Sandbach Sunsets, 4-3 playing each other.
Yeah, I was thinking more of the Birmingham Giants against the Darlow Destroyers, 2-5 against 3-4. That'll be a good one.
Yeah, that's a big game. It's a massive game for the Birmingham Giants. You know, they need to win that to stay in it. 2-6 and you're out. Forget it. You're not making the playoffs. 3-5, you've still got a chance. You know, you're still there. And the Darlow Destroyers can put them to bed, you know, and get themselves right into the hunt. So, massive game for both teams.
There's a lot of good games in this one, actually. But I think, obviously, the game of the week has to be the Trash Pandas against the Sunsets, because...
Yeah, the 2-4-3 is huge.
To go to 4-4 or 5-3.
Especially with there only being 2 teams on 5 wins, you know, and I'm not saying that both those teams can maybe and probably will win this week and move to 6 wins. But, you know, getting yourself off the 2 4-3s, getting yourself off it and getting yourself up to 5. Huge.
You've got to think that there's a good chance that the top 4 teams should win this week. So that game is a big one to try and keep on the coattails.
Yeah, got to. Yeah, that's the thing. It's because Crew Juggernaut's obviously running into the Porkers, so every chance he could snap that losing streak. And as you say, if the top 4 win, they're all playing different teams. That 5 and 6 game's massive.
Definitely. So yeah, definitely the game of the week. I think we're probably both in agreement with that one. Although I do like to see Birmingham Giants against the Darlows, but.
Yeah, it's Birmingham need that one to stay alive.
So now we'll move on to the Marwick Head division.
And here we go, choo ads. 254 points, top score, and he gets off the mark in week 6, and he follows it up with the best score of the week in the division for 2 wins in a row.
I think he's even on holiday as well.
Didn't need them, to be honest. He was playing Marks, Peterhead, bloody Jets, and they're bloody Jets, all right. Because
bloody Jets. You'd be wishing you were playing them every week, to be honest.
Oh, you better believe it. 146 points. Left Metcalf in at wide receiver.
Did he not do that last week? He left somebody. Oh, he had Ingram as well, but
I think he did. Yeah, he had Ingram too, but he's got Holland Williams coming back off bye week this week. But yeah, it's not looking pretty for Mark down there. I mean, how he's got 2 wins, I'll never know. He got his bloody nose and show me the money as well this week, which we'll talk about on Thursday. But and
of course the big one, Aaron.
Yeah, he could be again.
A 3-game losing streak.
3-game losing streak from 3-1. He's lost 3 in a row. I mean, to be fair to him, I'm not knocking him this week. 197 points. It was more than enough points. He just ran into a big score in Kilmarnock Kings,
who are on a 5-game win streak.
Who are on a 5-game win streak. So yeah, he ran into an informed team. And
Mark Jackson, yeah.
But he's still got all these he's still got all these quarterbacks on his bench. And Aaron, you can put Fields in IR when he's out. You clown. But he's got Jones here that is coming back. He's got Higgins coming back off bye week. So I mean, there's better weeks ahead for him for sure. Better weeks ahead.
Well, there you go. Yeah, it was a good win, and obviously it's even better, Derek, when you're playing against Aaron, because Craig just loves to slag Aaron off.
So great win for Del Boy Dexter, and it's it's a Jackson effect there, isn't the Jackson finally showing up? Kamara down there as well. You know, great scoring. He's got Greenlaw on the bench, so it could have been even worse. You know, Beckham starting to do a little bit. Jacobs is his big problem there. He needs if Jacobs can start firing, Kilmarnock Kings are looking very strong. You know,
definitely.
But yeah, Aaron is looking over his shoulder now on a 3-game lose streak. But you know who isn't looking over his shoulder?
Yes,
our Graham, 6-1. It's all about
3-game win streak after his blip in week 4.
It's all about the Orkney Bowl for him now. I mean, he's playing against a team that's left Charbonnet and Montgomery and is the two running backs and Samuel in at wide receiver. So that's a given up already team. And the Nottingham Rebels.
Well, in fairness, look at his bench; they're all on a bye, so he probably didn't want to drop anybody, so he just went with it. But
yeah, could have been. Yeah, that's a fair point.
So Pierce bye, Wilson. You don't want to drop Pierce. You don't want to drop Wilson. You don't want to drop Weep mostly. But yeah, these should be down in IR. Then you can pick people up. It's like so many people. Although, how many IR spots actually is there? So,
3, 4.
He could fill it there and just go on. But yeah,
correct. But yeah, great win for. I mean, 197 points anyway. It was worthy of a win, and Eckler's no done him proud this week at all. Cup's done him proud. He's got Patterson as his kicker, who got Nilpois. Mostert's no done him proud. So he's got a hell of a team there because he's scoring all of those points despite those guys not doing well, and he's got Brooks on the bench.
Yeah.
So looking very strong for Graham at 6-1. 1 win from the playoffs, probably 1-1 to if he certainly wins this week, then I would say that he's got all of those weeks to get one more. But it's tight, and behind him there's 4 teams in behind him on 5 and 2, and then there's the big gap, Johnny.
Yeah. So that basically you could almost, if it carried on, you could get a team with a losing record in the 6th spot, depending on how right the top score.
7-7, I think, is absolute worst that will get. I think you'll need 7-7 to get in. I don't think a 6 and 8 will get in.
Well, it all depends. If all the top teams have already played against each other and they're playing against the bottom half teams, and
I mean, it can happen for sure. But it's we'll see.
I wouldn't rule it out. After all, week 2, I said it would be the highest scoring team in history, and then it got beat the next week. So
it did.
But then this is where we could get one of the highest scoring teams. Obviously, there's no buys.
So you could get it. Yeah,
we could get a 300-pointer this week, so that would be good.
But I'll tell you, those the 2 5s and the 3 4s, they need to get on their bike now because they don't need that gap getting any bigger, or they're all going to be playing for the final playoff spot. Chester Hurricanes spot holding it currently. But yeah, Aaron needs to get a move on. Plymouth 49ers needs to get a move on. St Helens Eagles need to get a move on. Even Mark, if he can get going, but about 1,050 points, I'm not sure he can. And well, Sean's playing as well.
Well, let's see who's playing well. St Helens 2 and 5 are playing against the Southampton Dockers. We've got 3 and 4 against 3 and 4. Aaron against the Rebels.
That's massive. That's the game of the week for me.
Sam, you've got to sort your team out. Sort your team out, Sam, and you might have a chance. Because at the moment, you've not got a bloody chance.
But yeah, the 2 of them being at 3 and 4, the 2 of them being 3 and 4, loser is a long way from there, and the winner is right back in it, Bonnyrigg Cowboys and Melbourne Supremacy, that's a big game for Melbourne, a bigger game for Melbourne than it is for Graham's Bonnyrigg Cowboys, but
because every other one you've got Whitchurch playing the Chester,
Southampton
are playing St Helens, Kilmarnock are playing the really Peterhead, bloody Jets.
Yes.
But can Adam get his 3rd one in a row?
So they are the 5-2s can all win this week. There's 4 5-2s that can all win this week. So that's a big game for Melbourne because if they lose to Bonnyrigg Cowboys and the other 3 win, they're losing they're losing a yard on them,
They are a bit because they're all playing the bottom lot of teams. Obviously, Plymouth, Aaron needs to win. Adam needs to win. But then he could jump up to 7th. He could even jump up to 7th, depending on the scores.
Listen, playing against Sean's bang on Sharks that are just, they're just not turning it on at all this year. And he had Foreman on the bench this week. That's about sore. But it's one of those ones where if he can get the 3rd, that would be 3 wins in a row, Johnny. When you're on a streak like that, you're obviously playing well. Your team's going well.
Looking at the points here, if Chester Hurricanes lose to the Whitchurch Warriors, and either Nottingham Rebels or one of them are going to go up to 6th if they win.
Yeah.
Adam will go up to 7th because he scored more points by quite a bit on all the 3 teams above him.
Yeah, he has. He's scored as many points as the Southampton Dockers on 5 and 2. So it is unfortunate he's 2 and 5. But, you know, he's ran into 1,500 points and it's turning now. It's turning round for him. Here he comes.
Yeah, he's getting the games and that's it. Biding his time.
He
should beat Sean.
But yeah, Nottingham Rebels and Royal Arsenal Riots. That's the game of the week.
Yes, definitely is. Obviously closely followed by that, but yeah, it's a must-win game, I reckon, even at this stage.
100%.
A massive game. So obviously, Aaron, good luck. But Sean, Sam, sort your team out.
Sort your team, pal.
so Craig can laugh at Aaron again next week. So on to the final division.
So we had Keltman top scoring here, Johnny. Keltman and his Kirkwall Cowboys, 243 points. And again, the third highest scoring team ran into the highest scoring team, and the South Carolina Broncos lost with 226 points. Not be losing any sleep over it. They are still 5-2. And so, yeah, great win there for Kirkwall Cowboys. But the big one here for me, Johnny, was the Kirkwall Raiders beating the Gorgie Vikings. Now, this is a home league derby.
Orkney derby.
And they played each other 3 weeks ago in the home league. And the Kirkwall Raiders beat the Gorgie Vikings, or Varsity Blues Changed My Life, as they're known in the home league. So it was a chance of revenge for our Grote.
And he was looking good until last night.
And he flopped at it.
Well, Kirk Cousins, 34 points was a decider.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins turned up and won it for Alan. But how often?
Alan was watching it, because I'm pretty sure he put a message in the group chat about 3 o'clock in the morning saying,
"Oh, did he?
Yes."
He's got Devontae Foreman there as well. But yeah, I mean, how many times is Grote going to give Mims? Is going to play Mims? I mean, stop it.
I know, well, that'll be him minus 2.6.
Minus 3 points something for his last 3 weeks.
In the last 3 games. It's just, come on, drop him, Grote.
But yeah, you've got the Lanarkshire Bombers and the South London Rebels, both 6-1 in here. 3-win streak for South London Rebels and a 5-game win streak for Lanarkshire Bombers. South Carolina Broncos, after that sore win, 5-2, sitting in 4th place. So they lost touch with the 6 although no, Kirkwall Raiders caught up with them and they've lost touch with the South London Rebels. But it's a great win for Alan, that.
Nice win for the Dover Darla Diamonds. They've moved up to 5th place with a 3-game win streak.
3-win game from 1-3 to 4-3. You know, that's how easy it can happen. Nearly 1,500 points scored, going along really well.
So the only run to really bad losing streaks is Grote on a 4-game losing streak after 2-1, and the Bluetoon Texans, who after winning the very first game in the Orkney Bowl history, have lost the last 6.
They've lost the last 6. They have indeed, and it's bit harsh for Michael. He's still flying high in the home league, but 1-6. The home league's not doing as proud in here either, Johnny. Really, is it? Bottom, second.
The way things are going, the bottom division could just be fully the home league.
It could be. I don't think that speaks very highly of it, so let's not mention that again.
I'm not the book. No, me and there's 5 of us maybe doing okay, but
you're doing very well as well. Yep, Alan's up there.
Graham,
the 2 Grahams are both up there. Doug's doing okay. Yeah, it's fine. We've got a lot down the bottom as well. But yeah, it's a very tight league again. All the way down to 8th at 3 and 4. Well in the shout, you know.
Well, that's it. It was a great win by Ross. So it does push him right up there. So
it does, yeah.
Because I don't think even Ross thought he was going to win that game, to be honest. And about 226 points, South Carolina probably didn't think they were going to lose it too. So
no, that's the thing. Cook turned up for Ross. That was the thing. Cook turned up. He's got Devontae Smith again there. That's a problem, you know. But Cook turned up. Gibbs turned up for him at last, you know.
And obviously, Reid got one of the luckiest touchdowns this season for him.
Yes, he did. He did indeed.
But he's lost Ford, so
he got, you know, Hill didn't do much for the Broncos there. That's his problem there, really. And Hollywood not quite showing up. Samuel not quite showing up. But I mean, he had Kelsey, he had Hill, he had JT, and he lost.
This must be one of the few that Kelsey's played and not won.
There'll not be that many, I wouldn't imagine. But
Ross could be in a bit of trouble though, because obviously Nick Bolton's out. I think he might be gone. He might be done for the season. He's got Ford out for a couple of weeks, and looking at his bench, he can play Hopkins.
Yeah, there's not a lot. You see,
there's not a lot. So
here's the problem: you've got two defenders
and two
quarterbacks on the bench. So that leaves you with like 4 spots. You get one tight end, one running back, and 2 wide receivers. It's not enough. You can't be carrying 3 quarterbacks. You can't be carrying 4 defenders. You just can't do it.
No. You only need 3 defenders, 2 for starting and 1 for backup in a bye week.
Correct.
And that's it.
And you only need 1 quarterback because there's plenty in agency.
Well,
there's plenty of in agency as well.
They're all on his team.
Well, yeah, they're all there on Ross's team. Well, the Lancashire Bombers, 200 points again. You know, Darlow Diamond, the Dobos Darlow Diamonds that are on the win streak. It's 230 points. They are scoring the points. South London Rebels as well with the 209 points. So they are all scoring the points as well. You know, they're all having big weeks, and it's only going to be a matter of time.
It was a good win for the Wakefield 49ers against the London Eagles.
It was. It gives them a chance, up to 3 and 4. Right, keeps yourself keeps you fighting. 2 and 5. It's a long way from 2 and 5. It really is. I mean, it's possible, but it's a long way from 2 and 5. It's not so long away from 3 and 4. You can still make a couple of mistakes.
It was definitely a good timing for a win by Ross to get to 3 and 4 and up to 8th. Because like he's basically tied for 6th with the point difference.
And I think this is another division where I think we can pretty much call 2 teams being in the playoffs at the end of next week, because South London Rebels are playing the Bluetown Texans, the 1-6 Bluetown Texans, and the Lancashire Bombers are playing the 2-5 London Eagles. So as the form
7 wins, yeah,
and huge game by the Dobos Darlow Diamonds. 3 wins in a row, and they're coming into the Kirkwall Cowboys, the highest scorers of last week, 4 and 3 versus 3 and 4. That's my game of the week, so it is, because it's just.
But then obviously, but Ross is decimated at running back, remember, and not really got a replacement. So unless you pick somebody up in agency,
he's in a bit of
trouble. Alan's got a good chance to try and go 2-0, but it's a close game against Wakefield 49ers. You would like to win that to get closer.
He has, and it's if Wakefield lose that, that's them 3 behind Alan. I don't see them catching Alan at that point. You know what I mean? I think 3 games. If Alan goes 3 games ahead, then he'll definitely be finishing above them at the end of the season. And it's big game that as well. Fullwood Patriots and the South Carolina Broncos as well. That's huge for the Fullwood Patriots, because at 3 and 4, they can,
if they can beat the Broncos like last week.
And I'll tell you that even the bottom dwellers, the 2 and 5s, Manchester Spinners are playing the Gorgie Vikings. The winner of that's not completely dead. The loser is.
Yeah.
So that's a huge game as well. So the 2-6 and 1s, they win those games, and they're away and gone. So Gorgie Vikings, Manchester Spinners, it gets them ahead of Bluetown and London Eagles as well as the team they're playing, whoever wins it.
Yeah. But obviously the game of the week is the Darlow Diamonds against the Kirkwall Cowboys by quite a long way. Because like you said,
yes, because it's 2 form teams as well. It's the highest scorers this week against the 3 in a row, the 3-game win streak. So huge. South London Rebels are on a 3-game win streak as well, and it looks like that will be 4 this week. So some real big games coming up.
Definitely. I think that's all the games sorted. There is one other thing I wanted to put on, if we've got time. You got time?
Yeah, go for it. Oh yes, the cup. Who won? Well, it's only halfway, isn't it?
No, but this is the first leg results. There is a video coming out later on. It's supposed to come on after this, but obviously, if you don't want to watch the video Vintage is making, here's the results. So you've got the Yorkshire Finns 1-7-1 against the Kilmarnock Kings 2-2-0. The Barnard Pandas 1-8-4 against the Darlow Destroyer 2-3-7. So that's a good lead for Darlow. 234 against 207, Bogdan Regis above the Portsmouth Pirates. South London Rebels 209 against the Dublin Everton Blues 180. Blackstone Legends 191 against the Leeds Lassos, really good score 237. That's a St Magnus one. You've got the Melbourne Supremacy 208 against the 153 Water Ordnance. So it's not a good time for the Water Ordnance to lose form. You've now got a 40-point deficit. Then you've got the Lancashire Bombers 206 against the 153 Nottingham Rebels.
Yeah,
the Stockholm Bengals, who did 188, not bad, but come up against the Whitford Educators 247, so that's a long way back. This one was actually, they played each other in the actual league match. The Guildford Raptors 170 against the 174 Richmond Reds. He actually played the league match in the Happy Valley this week as well.
Oh, did they?
Don't figure that one, yeah.
No, that's crazy. Totally, and it's such a tight game as well, so that's all to play for.
I didn't really want to mention it. I wanted to save it for this one, but that is just, what are the odds?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because obviously Richmond Reds, they were the ones waiting on the score adjustment last week. They might not have made it if they'd been deducted 2 points, but they didn't, so they got through. So then you've got the Gothenburg Angels, 159, who'd usually a high-scoring team, come up against the Whitford White Tigers, and that's 227. The Bonnyrigg Cheeseheads, who had a great score of 223, but come up against the Double Darlow Diamonds in 231. But it's only 8 points, but
that's 50-50.
Scoring game. The Glasgow Eagles, we know who that is, Graham, 231 against Sean, the Derby match, 225. So it's only not much in that one too, so that's a good one.
Midgey's body stuff.
The Ancoats Citizens, 204 against their very own Graham, 197, the Bonnyrigg Cowboys.
Very,
EK
very close.
Colts, who were unlucky against me, came up against by crazy score, 192, but actually have a good lead against the Godalming Goats, who are one of the highest scoring teams, and 172.
Yeah, 20 points can turn around quick.
You've got the Leicester Tigers, 201 against the 227 Southampton Dockers. And then you've got the Harrow Harlequins, another close one against the Whitchurch Warriors, 179 to 173.
Yeah,
so there's a lot to play for. I know it's worked pretty well.
I do love the happy. There's a few I would say are pretty much over, but there's a lot of close. And then see when I look at it, I'm looking at Melbourne Supremacy at 208 against Water Orkney Supremacy at 153. But Water Orkney, we know how well they score.
I know they could easily score 300 points this week.
And it's game back on. So yeah, I wouldn't say as much as some look over, I wouldn't say any of them are completely dead.
No offense to Burner Crash Banders, but I think maybe 60 points is maybe a bit much. So 50.
But I mean, at the end of the day, it's only half time, and that's that. If it can go that way one week, it can go that way the other way the next week. It's a fun game.
I know it's a low scoring tie, but I'm really looking forward to seeing how the Guildford Bradford and the Richmond Reds get on. I think what group is that? The Happy Valley.
Happy Valley, yeah, because they played each other this week as well. Yeah, we'll see who gets the better of that one. If Guildford can come back and win it, then it's they can have the league win as far as they're concerned. I'm sure.
This is what I love. This is what I love about the Rousay Cup. Their league record is 1-6.
Yeah,
and they won their 3-team division
and
to get through, and they're up against Richmond Reds, who are 4-3.
That's it. It gives you a second chance.
So. But they're not going to win the whole thing. But it's good getting through to the last 32.
Hey, you never know. It's not. It's any given Sunday now.
There's a lot of Sundays, but yeah,
any given a lot of Sundays, yeah.
But yeah, no, that was.
So we'll see how they all finish off next week.
And obviously, the video will be live on YouTube at 11:15, because I thought we were going to be at 9:30 and get finished by the time we finish. But
yeah, my bad.
We moved it forward. That's okay. I can always move the video forward. But
we've
actually done well. That's just under 1.5 hours. So
super.
We've rattled through that one pretty well. Have you still got battery on your computer for your work thing?
I hope so. It needs to, Johnny.
Cool. Right. Well. Thank you for anybody. Well, we had 3 people watching us, and thank you for Derek for giving Craig grief throughout the show. It's been lovely.
Yeah, why not?
And obviously, he did win as well. So the Kilmarnock Kings had a good win.
They're going well. It has to be said. They're going well.
I
wish I'd have known it was the Kilmarnock Kings though when I got to it. I wouldn't have been so complimentary.
Well, we said that after you said it. That's why it's good. But yeah, it was a good show, and thank you for those who watched it and who'll be watching it when I cut it up. And the audio podcast, because we're so early, might actually be live tonight. So thank you for joining me, Craig.
Good luck, everyone, this weekend.